Everything I'm doing, I do cause I'm going. And good things happen to those who do sin. I don't know why, but I'll keep it moving. I'm on the next spaceship out, now who's in? Hey, GVO show back with another one, man. Welcome. I'm here with my guy, DJ Swamisound, man. And we're here for another rotation. My guy, thanks for coming on through and sitting with me, man.
Of course.
Yeah, my guy Pluto Nash told me about you. Was listening to the sounds, and I was hooked.
Yeah, shout out to Pluto.
Shout out Pluto Nash, the co-host, the cameraman, the man behind the scenes. Oh yeah, he's here right now. You can't see him, but he's here.
He sees it.
You can't see him, but he's here. So I gotta ask. Hip hop has many branches, right? And DJing is such a crucial part to this whole thing. Was it something that you found, or like along your path, or was it inspired by an event or someone that you've seen? How did you first come to this?
Right, like arriving at or DJing like specifically?
Yeah.
Just like with DJ and hip hop, I think hip hop has, like you said, that has such a broad characteristic. And I'm from up here, from the Bronx. So just like having that fundamental understanding of hip hop and like the role that we've had in hip hop, definitely have that just in my ears, my blood, my soul. So me arriving at hip hop, or rather like the version that I've sort of adopted for it, it comes from a lot of stuff. Particularly in the roots that it also has in contemporary electronic music, for sure. And just the ways that that hip hop is more broadly accepted these days, or rather how it's evolved and been embraced. We're seeing so much more intersection between hip hop as we knew it, but hip hop as we know it now as something that can be connected by electronic music.
It's branched out a lot. It connected a whole lot.
Absolutely.
So how do you feel, or what's your stance on today's artists, whether it be through whatever outlet, singing, rapping, writing? Do you think there should be some type of responsibility on them to have knowledge of what came before, or should that not really matter as much? Because I find that to be some of the differences. You'll see the young ones might not want to go and search for who came before them, but just appreciating what it is now.
Right.
Do you have a sense?
I think I don't even want to sort of even touch upon other people, because then I may come off as pretentious in that manner. But I can't speak for myself. When it comes to the stuff that I'm currently making, I'm only learning about it as I go forward. And the thing about DJing, like, as primarily speaking, I'm an artist first, musician first, producer primarily. So for me, when I produce beats, that's coming out of me. In a way that has so much reverence. And it's really up to the people that I end up showing. If I show somebody my music, they're like, yo, this sounds like, you might like Artful Dodger, or you might like MJ Cole, any of the UKG producers, and I'm showing them some UK garage inspired stuff. They're telling me about some artists I may not have heard. Granted that now I know about Artful Dodger. But even the new KG guys, Jemmy, champion DJ, the people I'm watching from abroad, I'm paying attention. I gotta keep my ear on the street.
Okay, that's cool.
So I think it's important to, one, acknowledge what's in you, and when you let it out, it's important to get an idea of where you're at by showing people, hey, I've got this stuff. I think this might pioneer like a new sound, but then when someone's like, oh, this sounds like that, but they have a very specific way of telling you what you're referring to, it makes it so much easier for you to feel like, I'm going in the right direction. So the thing about understanding the history behind what you're doing, you are a part of the history as you move forward. And when you pay attention to the stuff, when you pay attention to that kind of stuff, the stuff that's come before you, it gives you affirmation. It lets you know, yes, I am going in the right direction. Someone has done this right. I can do it right too. And that helps me
paving the way.
Pave a way by understanding that there was already a way paid for me.
I think that's super important. It allows you to sometimes save time by learning what other people kind of gone through and
Exactly.
having gratitude for those who also came before you. It's
Absolutely.
like the 2 for 1.
Absolutely.
So with the sounds that you make when you produce, whether you're on a set, do you create it with a favor of a smaller, more intimate setting, or to be experienced in a large crowd, or do you look to blend both?
Right. Yeah, I definitely think that I look to blend both of them. I hope for the best. I mean, I'm making my stuff in the room, so of course it's intimate and it's just me by myself, and that's to a fault sometimes. I wish I could cook up with other people, but the thing about working with other people is that they may not get where you're trying to go. Sometimes, it requires a lot of patience, collaboration. But when I'm making stuff, or rather than the more recent stuff that I made, it's definitely made with intimacy.
Yeah.
But then I got forced it to, when I'm in a set, all right, you know what? I'm gonna just throw this in the set real quick, see how they respond.
Yeah.
And just being able to incorporate or even knowing about the past, the stuff that you spin, and how it influences what you're making, you can mix it because you already have reference points. To even go back to the last question.
Right. It all connects.
It helps you move intentionally, and that's like
that's important. Moving with intention, I found to be very important, because when you move with intention, it defeats the laziness that can be built up through whatever it is that you're about to do. You might not have wanted. You might be on your couch like, I don't feel like getting this tea right now, but then you think about something from however many blocks away that you really want to get, that intention that's kicked in. All the obstacles you just went through was way more than sitting on the couch and just getting up.
Precisely.
And I put that into creating music, finding a way to go and push your stuff, have people listen to it. So moving with intention is very important. I agree with that. Exactly. Man. So I see you have a big love for anime.
Oh,
and
who told you that?
So I ask you, if you were going to an island and you can only take 2 animes with you, 2 series, which one would they be?
Yo. I can either get really weird or I can just keep it tame. Alright, so I'm gonna pick one.
You gotta pick, you got 2 series to take with you.
Series.
Going on the island. Don't let your anime love is down on this one.
Yo, I mean, if I do that, it's just I could just say some shit that they don't know about. I could just put them on. Or maybe, you could be laughing at me right now.
Well, no, it's the 2 that you really feel.
Alright, so just recently I started watching the Monogatari series.
Oh, I've heard about that.
Yeah, so I started out with Kizumonogatari, which is the prequel to the rest of the series. And so I watched the prequel and now I'm watching the other ones. Slice of life, kind of almost like action, horror, supernatural kind of vibe to it.
I didn't know
so. I'm bringing that with me because I'm watching it right now. So I gotta stay on my toes.
Moving with it now. More staying on my toes.
Moving with it now. And then I guess another one that, Code Geass.
Code Geass. Okay, see now I'm getting put on. I don't think I know that one.
Yeah, that's just an Adult Swim one. It's a mech anime.
Okay.
So I remember when I was 10, 11, and then Code Geass would come on. They had this fire open in my flow. Might be my flow, but I can talk about anime music all day. But anyway, Code Geass, it's a political commentary in a sense, but definitely has that action component, kind of like Gundam, but not in space. Gurren Lagann even, but not in space. It's just robots not in space, and it's military kind of strategy. The main character has so many arcs, and they fulfill different roles as far as the hero and the villain, and
they go in depth with it.
Right. And as far as just the depth of the story, it does get complex, and you can make it complex, but it's just a great watch.
You touched on something that leads me to my next question. How, when you talk about hearing the intro to certain sounds, to certain theme songs, what significance does anime play with the creation of your artistry?
Right.
Does it have any relation?
100% has all the relation. So the thing about me growing up with music, I wasn't particularly a hip hop listener.
Mm-hmm.
I was. I can talk. This may sound corny, but my mixtape of my early childhood, or rather early teens, was Kush No J by Wiz Khalifa.
No, that's a classic. No, that's a classic. That's a classic.
I was a big Wiz Khalifa fan.
Shout out Wiz, man.
Shout out Wiz.
Watching. Big shout out, man.
But otherwise, I was big into anime. Cause I had a cousin. Him and I would be on YouTube looking up all these openings, the endings, everything like that. There was a day, maybe last year, where I was watching all the Naruto openings.
Okay.
The first Naruto, not even the shit.
There's some of those openings are. I would bump those today.
Yo, but that it's like mainly the Japanese music.
Mm-hmm.
The cool thing about it is that it has the intersections of rock, and some of the cooler openings have electronic.
Right, it gives me a very rock, electronic, and pop mix.
Right.
Brought right to you.
Very, very forward. And if you even look in the past of Japanese contemporary pop music, look at the 80s, when you talk about city pop, and then you go to the 90s, they were pretty much like taking jazz or like, yo, let's flip this. Flip. So you hear a lot of the flips and a lot of anime openings, and it helps me sort of see that there is a way, of course, but even abroad, and that they have the ear for these like situations that let me know that any music has a place.
Right.
And even in shows. So the more that when I see new anime now, or like any new things, you're hearing new music and seeing so much. And it lets me know, maybe even with Flying Lotus, how he did Yasuke, that lets you know that, hip hop or black electronic music has a place in the realm of anime too. But I'm not making my music for the sake of it being featured in anime. I feel like that's a little tongue in cheek for me to say, but lets me know there's a place for everything.
That's what's up. I like that. There's a strong connection for that. That's what guided you more so, brought you closer to the art that you're doing today.
Exactly.
And that's amazing. That's amazing. When you sit and think about how people receive your sound, when people go and say, all right, I want to listen to, this song that I know he produced. I want to go to an event that I know he's going to be DJing for. What do you think people should be expecting when they hear, all right, Swami is in control of the sounds now? What do you think people should be ready to receive?
You just like go in with the DJ sets. I mean, I did a whole bunch of shows last month. I can't even lie.
Yeah.
I did a lot of DJ sets, and it was different every time. There were some parties,
like
private parties. So I'll go in. I'll probably want to play like a Lil Yachty Tame Impala remix of Breathe Deeper.
Okay.
So hard.
Yeah.
It could be anything. So it depends on how the day was going for me, and then I'll be like, all right, let me just play some. I'll play some sample joy, like some that Egyptian that new.
Yeah. But I'm rolling with you.
It's like on the radio, but a lot of the songs that I end up playing, like I'll be forgetting the name of the songs, but
you remember it by sound though.
But I remember how it sounds. So all right, it was that one with the Egyptian sample. that's hard. So it really just depends on the day. Like you can expect anything, but what I'm trying to push for with DJ sets is intersecting sort of what's happening in New York, especially with drill,
because it's a big wave right now.
With the electronic undertones of like garage.
Right.
And if you're a DJ and you take a look at some of these like new songs coming out, or even some of the drill, like the Brooklyn drill, they share a lot of BPMs and grooves as the garage music that you're listening to. And honestly, with all the movement, the way that people dance, it's very appropriative of sort of queer culture. Even like just the dances, like very like very freeing, but it also exists in cultures beyond like just like the hip hop culture. Like this, like inherently, I don't want to.
It's almost like a cultural connection.
There's a cultural connection there,
for sure.
It really lies within the sonics. Yeah. So what I'm trying to do at all points is trying to demonstrate that there is a similarity there. And that you shouldn't feel strange for wanting to hear 5-year foreign when I'm playing MJ Cole, you know what I'm saying? So if I mix the two, you're gonna hear it, you're like, oh, yeah, that was hard. I mean, that's just how it's been going though. So
that's what's up.
And like, I mean, and that's how it goes with intention.
Yes.
So
yes, man, I like that. Would you say that you create music off of reaction, or was it something that is thought upon and pulled together?
Thought upon and pulled together. Or in reaction, I don't think I make reactionary music. It definitely takes time for me to make music, so it is like definitely, I sit and think a lot, or I spend every day on my computer trying to like make something new or something. When I hear something that a friend of mine has made, I'm like, I don't sit and think, oh, I can make a better song. Right. I don't listen to other songs and think I can make a better version of this. I used to, but I had to sort of reach into myself and find out what I really wanted from my own sound. And it's really just about teaching yourself and leveling up for yourself. Also showing people that they can look within and make something go on to
Speaking about looking within, and this is something that it kind of goes over people said something very simple, but how have you, I feel like I know the answer, but how have you been able to compose yourself and manage throughout this time period that we've been in for the past year and a half, 2 years? I think it's something to check upon with fellow peers. Just how has this ride been for yourself? Because we're here, we're able to do something like this and connect, but for a lot of people it's been a lot of shadow work or keeping to themselves and not knowing when to occupy certain spaces. So how has the composure been for yourself?
The composure is a daily process for sure. And I have to think about how the standard that I want to hold for myself. And over the last year, I had to definitely look within and realize what do I want to represent compared to the person that I was, or also the person that I can be. And the way that I see myself as someone who just wants to work hard, but also help, and also be a part of a series of change and be like championing change. Change, dynamics, learning, growth.
Change is super important, man. Super important. And I know for a lot of people, that transitional phase can be very scary. But I usually like to believe there's always something waiting for you right there when you're ready to let go of something that's no longer serving you to the fullest capacity. And being able to believe in that to that next step.
And it's not even like I know all the answers in that sense. I want to know all the answers. But that's why we live.
It's part of the experience. It's part of the experience.
So, I mean, in that sense, when I was around 12, I got a fortune cookie on a really hard day when I was 12.
Fortune cookies, man.
Fortune, and I never remember fortune cookies, but there was one.
There was one that stuck.
It said, to live life in fear of losing, you must lose. To live life in fear of losing is to lose the point of life.
To live life in the fear of losing is to
lose the point of life.
Is to lose the point of life. My mind is running with a whole bunch of ways to respond to that right now. Because there's so much truth in that. There's so much angles to see that from. Because it's like, as that connects me to an emotion or a thought process I live by, which is, if I can't immediately change something right now, I don't need to stress so hard. And I'm sure there might be someone going through something way worse than what I'm going through. So if I continue to live in fear of losing a connection or a place I like to go to or a thing that I like to utilize, an idea that I like to connect with, then I'm missing everything that's happening in front of me. Maybe someone can be in pain and you don't know, and it's the little cry for help that they're calling for, or someone's looking to show appreciation, but you're busy mapping out things in your head, and so you don't lose something that you missed the whole point. And
see, I got you thinking. And guess what? I was 12.
12 years of age.
12. I'm just trying to.
And that stuck with you.
That was. I remember that day so vividly. And then it was a lot different. I'm thinking, damn, that point in time when I saw that, the reason why I remember that was because I was very worried about losing some important people that I knew were in my life. And when I read that, I accepted it. I accepted what this piece of paper was telling me. And to this day, I still have it. 12 years later, I still have it.
Wow.
But at different stages of life, I always remember it. And to this day, I still remember it.
It's like a morale backbone or a spiritual backbone, something.
Right. And it doesn't mean that I don't fear it still.
Right, but you're more brave through the moment. I believe brave is to, even if you're afraid of something, but to move through it with confidence, and which can essentially overcome the fear.
Right, and accepting that life will take its course.
Right.
It ought to.
Right. And that's why I'm a big believer in connection with all, with one, with everything. But that starts to tap into another realm of things. But essentially, no, now that I'm thinking it through, that part of life that connects you to all, the part that we try to figure out through life, I feel is what art is. It's the blend for how you feel in your inner world.
Yeah.
To get someone to be able to point at it, see it in real time, physical aspect. So I would say it's connection. Man, it got me thinking, flipping everything all over the place. This is great. This is great. My man, Swamisound, bro. So what are you working on now? What could people expect from you? Do you got any sets coming up that you need people to pop out to?
All right. If this video is coming out before the end of tomorrow, I'm at Arlene's Grocery on Thursday.
Nice.
With homeboy Days God, Dirty Bird.
Okay.
Jessidiah.
Got some people popping out.
People popping out. Arlene's Grocery. HYD. Do We Want to Talk About It? Comedy show, Littlefield, Brooklyn.
Oh, nice.
11/21. Rash, NYC in December. Just trying to put more shows together.
Nice.
Include a lot of people that I've been tapping in with and keeping my ear to the streets over the gram and stuff. Trying to include a lot of people in this road.
Yeah.
And yeah, a lot of artists.
Yeah.
A lot of artists that I really want to bring out to the city, but also connect with abroad. I mean.
Yeah. The connection part is huge.
There's
part is huge.
New project.
Okay.
In the works. New project in the works. It's been a while.
Okay.
But I've been threatened enough to put out music. I got Suge Knight on the phone.
Okay. Right.
Like,
listen, we gotta get this done.
If you don't release new music, I'm going to kill you.
We're coming after you, man.
Yeah, people are coming after me now.
But that's kind of cool though that there's avid listeners that are
people threatening me.
Right.
To put out new music.
Yo, like I Hitman on standby. You can go ahead and go get your donut if you want.
Right.
But listen,
right.
It might be your last one.
Yeah, I mean, even to touch upon that, I was really ready to not put out music this year.
Oh.
I wasn't gonna do it, but I think it would be a disservice to the people that sort of have their ear on me right now.
Right.
To not put out music, but also
put out the music, damn it. Get it out there for them. I hear y'all. I don't see y'all see me, so he gonna get it out.
It's November. If it's still November by the time this video comes out, definitely a single coming out this month.
Okay.
Definitely a single coming out this month.
Stay tuned for that.
Stay tuned for that. Lots of undertones of garage, just what I've really been into recently.
Nice.
Collaborations for sure. And yeah, it's just looking like another 4-track EP by Swamisound. Not too big, not too small either.
I like it. I like it.
Definitely pushing the vibe.
What can people expect from you within the next 3 years?
Within the next 3 years, yo.
As of now, it usually changes sometimes, but is there a base? What can people, they have to get into your mind?
What's on my mind right now? Just taking this out of New York. Moving beyond New York. I love New York, but the world, they gotta hear it too.
I like it.
And if they know anything about me, they know that I'm a traveler as well.
Nice.
Given the work with It Is What It Is.
Yeah.
Even
where you gotta go, how you gotta do it.
Yeah, I'm talking about the EP. It Is What It Is. I don't know. But that was last year's project, and that was birthed out of a trip that I made to Nairobi.
Okay.
Yeah, 4-track EP. That's my thing.
Oh, the four hitters. Okay.
That was 4 tracks out of Nairobi, and then you got Feel It Redo, which was
Put me on to that one.
Yes, that's another 4-track EP of remixes that give you like a Pan-African experience of one of the songs from It Is What It Is. So it doesn't really count as a new release from that, but you got DJ Danny Fox, you got Dirty Bird, and you have Nori. Like, I really mess with all of their music heavy, but DJ Danny Fox especially with Bandida. Like, I really want to take the music. I want to take my music over there again to like Lisbon and sort of tapping into those Angolan roots. It may sound a little capitalist to say the least, but yo,
he's coming to a city near you.
I'm coming to a city near you, exactly.
He's traveling, man.
The Swamisound tour.
Hey,
I want to manifest that for sure.
That's what I'm talking about. Let's put some manifesting energy into that. Get the tour going. Get this man his gigs. Get this man paid. Independent rights.
Me, I'll do it for free. I'll do anything if it lets me play in a public space.
That artist hunger.
I'm hungry.
That artist hunger.
Even if you gotta put me on the internet, I don't know, YouTube tour.
Right. Listen, I'm for it. And YouTube is like the biggest platform. So shout out to Tube. Yeah, I mean, yo, my guy DJ Swamisound, bro. This has been great. It's been a pleasure. Thank you for coming. Thank you for being here. Sharing your behalf of how you approach this music thing and how you go about it all and what people can expect to hear from you. This has been awesome, bro.
Thanks for having me.
My God. If you're still here, which you should be, go ahead, hit the little like button. We're gonna have his Instagram and stuff there. I don't know which direction to point yet, so it's good. You should just point everywhere. Click everything that you can click. It's GVO, man. Another episode done, did, and we about to get out of here, man.
Later.
Yeah. Hey.